Greetings. Today I want to elaborate a bit on the climate change question, and I would like to approach this in two different ways. So we can talk about global warming, and we can say, you know what, the science doesn't really prove anything much. And then the other aspect is Mother Earth, is the planet changing? And that is clear for the eye to see. Yes, it is rapidly changing. So instead of asking, is climate change real? Ask yourself, is Mother Earth in danger? And now I realize that sounds a bit like something a hippie would say. But these hippies might just be correct. And I'd say that, regardless how you view yourself, there is such a thing as right and wrong. And obviously, if you take the glorious pill, if you are one of my heroic word-bearer legionnaires, you are concerned with doing what is right. And being concerned with environmental issues is the right thing to do. So even if some leftists care about it, it doesn't make it an illegitimate concern. And we should be extremely careful to not confuse being right-wing with being a capitalist. Being right-wing has to do with upholding virtues such as hierarchy, loyalty, honor, etc. It is not primarily a economic distinction. Then obviously, if you're right-wing, if you believe in hierarchy, that's incompatible with being a communist. But don't think of being anti-communist as being some sort of radical capitalist. We are not capitalists in the sense that we think big corporations can just steamroll everything and everything. That is not what we're about at all. We're about, the state decides what is reasonable. So a free market that is free only in regards to when it's not actively hurting people or the environment. I've talked about capitalism, etc. before. I'm all for free market as long as it's controlled, so it's not really a free market. But you know what I mean. I'm for less state interference in small businesses, entrepreneurships, etc. But I am all for the states regulating when big corporations are taking advantage of the environment. So that is my humble opinion, at least. And we can look at just the deforestation of the Amazon forest, for example, or the depopulation of fish in the world oceans, or the contamination of big rivers and the oceans as well. So there's so excruciatingly many topics we can talk about here, and I don't want to blackpill anyone, but there's a lot of work to do here as well. So even if we have pressing concerns in regards to modern Europe and the Great Replacement, there's also a huge ongoing battle for Mother Earth herself. Usually I don't like to make videos where I don't have anything in particular to encourage you to do, but I'm just raising awareness of the fact that there is a lot of things to be taken into consideration in that as well. And when you form your worldview, also take into consideration Mother Earth, as it were, or the planet, or the environment, whatever you want to call it. So to answer the question, is climate change real? Yes, absolutely. It's just that if you listen to these conservative sort of individuals, they will say, oh no science support this, but then they only mean global warming. So they're a bit dishonest there. But we obviously, enlightened, glorious pilled lads, we realize that Mother Nature is in peril, and that is to a large extent to do with rampant capitalism, which is not to be confused with a bit more glorious capitalism. And I obviously mean capitalism under the firm but fair hand of a benevolent state. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that. Fucking juicy guns, if anything. XOXO.